everyone, and welcome to Lancer Central. I'm your host, Sam Hovan. It's hard to believe, but the fall semester is nearing the end. That means basketball is just shy of a month away, and many teams are beginning to wrap up their fall activities. Today on the show, we talk about a lot of golf. With the COVID-19 pandemic affecting everything, we wanted to catch up with the men's golf team about how they've stayed sharp and competitive through their fall season. Plus, what have they added to their game and what have they been focusing on? Thanks for taking some time to be with me today, guys. Really appreciate it. I know the fall has been kind of strange for everybody. So Brandon, we'll start with you. What's the fall been like for you?
Yeah, the word I probably would describe it as chaotic. And I've said probably for everybody the last 8 months been pretty chaotic. It's sort of just everyone's just kind of adjusting on the fly, whether it's through our season being canceled, how we have to train a little differently now, wearing masks, social distancing. It's just been very different, but we just have to keep going with it.
What about for you, Christian? What's the fall been like?
It's definitely been different. Nitro and the tournaments and things like that has been weird. I've personally liked the playing against each other every weekend. It's fun to play against each other, especially against your teammates because they're your friends. Get a little competitiveness.
Well, that was what I was going to ask. So you normally in the fall, you guys are traveling to tournaments back and forth. Now, though, how do you stay competitive? You mentioned tournaments every weekend. What's it looked like?
So we play around on Saturday and Sunday against each other. And Coach switched up the format every couple of weekends. We played 3 or 4 stroke play tournaments, and then there was a couple match play tournaments and team events as well.
Okay, so a team tournament. What's that look like, Brandon?
So the first one we had was like a Ryder Cup thing. Basically, Christian and I were the captains, and we chose our teams. And then we play best ball the first day, and then I'll match up my team with his team, and then the last day is singles where I put out one person, he puts out one person, and then basically whoever wins the most points on the weekend wins tournament. Luckily, my team pulled it out for that event, but it's just fun. It's just a different format. We don't really play it much in typical college tournaments, so it just keeps things sort of interesting.
And that's important to keep things fresh, right?
Keep things fresh, keep people motivated, keep people wanting to, basically, you show up with a purpose, basically, to each round. That's sort of the goal.
You guys have also played a couple matches with the women's team this fall, sort of some co-ed tournaments. What's that been like?
Yeah, it was, so we were paired. The coaches ended up picking who we were paired with, but we were paired, one guy was paired with one girl, and then they were the team. Friday, there was a qualifying round, and then the team with the lowest score, the lowest 2 scorers would match each other, and then they did seeding based on that. And then they played each other in match play, which is sort of like what we did with the Ryder Cup, and then the winning 2 pair, they're the winners.
What's something you've been working on this fall for your game?
I've been struggling with my putter a little bit, so I've been trying to focus on 10 feet and in, trying to make more putts. That's been my Achilles heel this semester. So,
can I ask, how do you do that?
Not to get too technical, but it's just making sure there's not a lot of like inconsistencies in how I hit the ball. I want it to be hit the same way, roll it the same way every single time, and making sure that I'm not like getting really crazy with my stroke, I guess.
So is it just making sure like the putter contacts the ball the same way
over and over again, and it comes off the face the same way every time? That's the goal.
Okay. What about you, Christian? What have you been working on?
I worked a lot on putting too. I actually switched my putters out. I switched to a different technique called an arm lock instead of a traditional just both hands, just traditional putting stroke. It's pretty much where it's a longer shaft and it anchors to my forearm to kind of help me keep it on line through the ball. And it's helped me a lot. I've lowered my scores pretty substantially with it. So.
No, we really appreciate your guys' time, and I know you're looking forward to the spring. We are as well.
Awesome.
Now we have something more practical. So the last few weeks we've been showing some fancy moves, but this time we actually asked Brandon to teach us how to improve our game. A fairway shot would be nice, but let's be real. We have to get more realistic based on our games. And so we asked for help on hitting out of the sand.
We are in the bunker here, and I'm going to show you guys how to hopefully improve your games and get out of the bunker a little easier. So with sand, it's different than in the fairway. You don't actually want to hit the ball. You're going to hit about a ½ inch behind the ball. Usually you can't like mark your club, put your club in the sand, but for just practicing wise, you want to probably put a line about a ½ inch behind the ball, and that's basically where you want your club to hit the sand. And so you're gonna open your club face, and that means instead of like this, you go like that. And you're gonna have a really wide open stance to the target, means you aim left to the target. And you're gonna put all your weight on your left foot for the most part. And so now you're just gonna try to hit the sand behind the ball, and then when you do that, the sand's actually gonna move the ball instead of the club. And it looks a little like this. Thanks for watching Lancer Central.
That does it for us here. As always, find out the latest news and notes on Longwood Athletics at longwoodlancers.com. For our entire Lancer Central crew, I'm Sam Hovan. We'll see you next time.